Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Before I get into the main theme of the reading for you this week, Sagittarius, a message came in for me while I was pre-shuffling and looking at your card. I always have these here with me so I can focus on you guys, your energy. And I kept hearing behind closed doors. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm actually going to pull a couple cards for you on that because I kind of explored that intuitively. Like I just quietly and gently ask questions back and forth and just see what comes to me. And I'm getting something like some sort of decision being made about you, or at least it could have some effect on, the direction that your life is going in. But this is some sort of decision being made behind closed doors. So I'm not really sure what that is about for you. Like it could be something as obvious, right? Like you apply for a bank loan and the bankers, or I don't know, the bank managers talk about it and you get a phone call later, right? Like it could be something like that. Like you're not there in the meeting is what I'm getting. Something going on behind closed doors. Let's just shuffle this out real quick for you. Behind closed doors. And like, I just see you as you're shut out. You're not in the meeting or you're not in the discussion, but it is something that has to do with you. So the behind closed doors, what is this about? The 8 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. It has something to do with perhaps, this could be an energy of, could be a place or a group, a person who you've kind of walked away from and you're a little bit guarded about it as well. So it could even be like a past employer or something like that. It's very curious. King of Wands, you've gone your own way, looking for your own direction. Yeah, you know what? Just be aware. There might be something coming towards you from some entity. I want to say entity. It's not like, not every reading is about a past lover or relationship. Something here that somebody's talking about something behind closed doors, but I think it's something that you've put behind you. So just be aware that I think for some of you, I don't know, somebody could come around offering you something. So that's that. The Ancient Ones. This is where we're getting the messages from this week, Sagittarius. The Ancient Ones. We're going to look at your spiritual success and activation through the Ancient Ones, through the messages, the eyes, the wisdom of the Ancient Ones. Going to be asking the area of your life where you feel disheartened about or the most blocked in. How this block is shaping the course of your life. What can you activate in your life right now? And how can you move away from your worries? Not all your worries. I don't know how you, at least 1 or 2 or something. Okay. Sagittarius. Spiritual success and activation reading. It's snowing like crazy here. My son said, shoes or boots, Mom? Before he left, I said, you should be okay with your shoes. I just sent him a message. I said, let me know if you want me to drop your boots off. Oh my gosh, it's really snowing. Okay, Sagittarius, area of your life you are disheartened about or feel most blocked in. Oh, shit, Swath spirit. Sometimes life stings. The things that don't work out in life, or something about, you feel kind of burned here. You feel, yeah, this is the painful part about life, getting through this. So, okay. I don't know what's going on in the readings. There's a lot of that. I don't know. It's not the whole week, but it's certainly coming up quite a bit. So I feel like some of y'all have been going through something disappointing. It's going to happen to all of us eventually. At some point, you're going to be disappointed about something. Yeah, life stings. What's the point of this? How does this block shape the course of your life? Know your worth. Oh, there could be some sort of a feeling of rejection here. Or something not working out and it affecting, you know, kind of your confidence a little bit. That's definitely going on. Something, maybe it could even be like somebody has said something hurtful. You know, sometimes life stings. Somebody has said or maybe done something kind of hurtful to you, and indirectly, whether it was intended or not, it's left you feeling a little bit less than. Your confidence come down a little bit with this. So I kind of want to say too, whoever this is about, it might be someone significant to you. Because Sagittarius is, I find, a fairly confident sign. But, you know, depending on where life stings comes from, you know, it could definitely affect, you know, the value you see in yourself a little bit here. What can you activate in your life right now? Let it shine. Don't let this break your confidence. Look at that. I love it. Don't let this shatter your confidence, whatever it is. Don't let it shatter your confidence. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be outspoken. Let your heart shine. I find this to be such an interesting image because it looks like a heart to me, but it's coming from the throat chakra. Yeah, there is a feeling of rejection here. You know, maybe you put yourself out there for, oh, look at these. These are mirroring. We have mirror numbers again. Oh, wow. Sometimes life stings. Let it shine. I really don't hold yourself back. Kind of has a feeling of being like maybe rejected, or there's a feeling of rejection here for sure. But don't let that be a reason not to keep trying. Well, not necessarily, I don't know if it's the same person or a job. I don't know. You gotta understand boundaries. So how can you move away from your worries? You see clearly now. So see something clearly. The one thing I want to say is, well, there's that little rhyme. So rejection is protection. So it's something that's not for you. If somebody rejected you or it didn't work out for you, it's not really intended for you, even though there might have been a part of your ego that kind of wanted it and was hoping for it. And ego too is belief systems that we create to support kind of a narrative that we have going on at the moment. So there's like that, like seeing that clearly. And also, you know, if somebody is rejecting you, this is not really a reason to hide the better parts of yourself, because maybe that person doesn't really understand you. And again, it may just not be in alignment with your purpose. If it's not a person, maybe could be a job. But honestly, there is something definitely here about feeling hurt, and that's kind of affecting your worth, it's affecting you a little bit. I feel like whatever this is, it's hit your Achilles tendon. Again, because I don't find Sagittarius is usually a sign that's not too confident. They're pretty confident, but this feels like somebody's hit something in a weak spot. We all have it. And it's coming up here. So what can you do to activate your life right now is keep allowing yourself to shine. Try not to let this, just be aware of the weak spot. Maybe look at that a little bit. Do a little bit of, maybe a tiny bit of shadow work too, in that, why this makes you feel like a little less valuable. Electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Oh, this is a good time for you to not hold back, to be inspired. And it might feel like a little bit of an oxymoron, like, oh, not feeling the most confident right now to get out there and express myself, or to be seen, or to really show up in the world. Bring your ideas to life. If you have a good idea, make it happen. It'd be interesting to see where we really go with it. You see clearly now with the owl spirit. Shadowscape Tarot, my friends. Shadowscape Tarot. We're going now. So that was the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. The Page of Wands just came out with Sometimes Life Stings. So that could be something somebody said or some sort of communication. Wow. I'll show you the cards in a minute. Ah. Yeah, okay, yo. Five of Pentacles is at the bottom. Your cards. Let's get over here. Now, the area of your life you feel disheartened, the most disheartened about or blocked in. Get the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. This honestly feels like, and this stings. This has something to do with a major foundation in your life, like what I'm seeing here. This is a major foundation with the Ten of Pentacles. This could be your home life. This could be your work life. So it is, when I say it's an Achilles tendon, this feels like it, excuse me. I think I got one more. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This does feel like it has a lot to do with some sense of physical stability that exists in your life. And because somebody said something that leaves you feeling pretty confused here. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is hurtful. Where's this coming from? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it could be like showing up to work and somebody that you thought you were getting along really well with, maybe covering each other's back and stuff too. I need to leave early today. Would you be able to do this for me? And then they need to, and you know, like there's something here about, like, because this was the Ten of Pentacles, this seemed like everything. It seemed really balanced. It seemed very supportive. But and it's like showing up to work and this person didn't, like, you know, I don't have time. Sagittarius, I just wish that you would go and focus on your own stuff right now. I just don't. Okay, like that, you know, that hurts. I mean, it doesn't matter how strong your ego is, Sagittarius, your confidence. I want to say your ego, but your ego should be strong and healthy. That's going to hurt a little bit. Like, and then you're going to second guess yourself. Like, what was I doing? What did I do to cause that? Was I stepping over a boundary, right? Like, it's suddenly you're now questioning yourself. And that's what I see here. Like with the know your worth. Yeah, you are like questioning yourself. What did I do wrong? I don't understand. What happened here? I thought everything was great. And then how does this block shape the course of your life? You got the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. I'll tell you what it does. You're not really sure what to do. You're not, should I approach this person? You feel a little bit trapped. You might even feel like you're juggling a lot of stuff on your own suddenly. Like if this was something supportive, where, you know, like I said, it's almost like there's something here about you had this person's back, they had your back, and now that's no. Okay, I don't understand where this is coming from. And because of the Two of Pentacles, it's like trying to balance, manage what you can. But the Eight of Swords, you're feeling like you really don't have options here. You can't move forward, and all you can do is kind of watch. And it might be a little bit sneaky. I wanted to say with the Page of Swords, there might be something that's being activated in you that you would not feel good about outside of this situation. Like something that you might be doing that isn't kind of in alignment with, I want to know, maybe, I don't know, moral might be a little bit heavy for the description, but it's some kind of way of governing yourself. I would never do that. Or it might be something that you've seen other people do in the past, and you've kind of thought to yourself, wow, that's really below board. Come on, don't act like that, or don't do that, or don't watch them like that, or don't be sneaky. Or it's not sneaky. It's not sneaky, but it's because Sagittarius too, to me, is not an energy that I associate with holding back. Holding back. It's usually pretty much out there. But this Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords, this is holding back, and this is kind of watching. Like if you saw yourself 5 months from now, 2 months from now, whatever, past this point, or even just before this event happened in your life, and it was someone else, you'd be like, why are you watching them like that? Just go and talk to them. Just go and talk to them. What are you doing? I can't talk to them. No. Okay. Now, what can you activate in your life right now? Oh, honey. Tell you, some good shit. You really can. Don't get focused on what this is. Now, that's right. I know. She's like, Cindy, this was my home. Cindy, this was my work. Something pretty big here. Okay, I'm going to try to figure out how I can word this, because you have beautiful cards here with what you can activate in your life right now. You have the Ten of Cups, Three of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. There's really good happiness beyond this point for you. But this happiness is attached to you being genuinely who you are, right? So if you are not, if there's something that's, I don't know, like maybe this is even something that's happened in the past. It could be something that's happened in the past. Because I feel like how the block is showing up is shaping the course of your life. That feels to me more like present. You're just kind of juggling stuff and not really sure how to move forward. Just kind of watching from the background. But this is not what you're meant to do. This is not your energy. I can't really tell you, forget about what happened, but just try not to let whatever this is, because it honestly looks like somebody said something to you in a place that you found a lot of comfort and safety and foundation, and it left you feeling pretty confused. Somebody's words affected your self-confidence here. But that's the thing that we got to talk about, because this is something that I feel it's important to continue to really allow yourself who you are. Don't doubt who you are. Maybe doubt that, you know, who you are was not in alignment with who someone else was. Now, here's the thing. If you could say to yourself, I was really genuinely being me. I was being pretty open. I really don't understand what happened there. I don't know. But look deeply, look deeply and say, was I doing anything a certain way because I desired a certain outcome with this person, or there was something that I desired purely for myself, and I was glad this person was coming along for the ride. Like, look at these things, because maybe there was something this person just was like, this is a red flag for me. I can't deal with it anymore. And it could be like that. Could have been a fire sign. It was like, stop it. I don't know. Yeah, it could have been like fire or air. That's what this feels like, because somebody communicated and it suddenly changed everything and you felt confused. Not to say that air, water, and earth can't do that, but they tend to be a little more subtle. Paint things over, where fire and air, like boom, boom, boom. So that I just feel like there's like that energy here, and didn't jive. Like, if you can honestly say, and I think you can based on these cards, because you're being asked here to really be yourself and not change that, but always allow yourself to grow and progress, right? In what feels comfortable for you. And sometimes people trigger us into recognizing things that we need to look at a little bit. But there's something genuine in you here that's not meant to be held back. There might be something that's, you're meant to look at and kind of think about, assess a little bit, heal and try to figure out, well, why do I do that? Why have I done that? You know why I do that? Because of this some tiny little wound that happened in kindergarten or something, and you've just taken it forward without really consciously looking at it. You know, that happens. But there's a beautiful part of you here that you're really meant to let shine. And I feel like it's the part of you that this energy over here didn't like. That's why you're holding back with it, right? It could be being very upfront or straightforward. But this is the part of you that's going to lead you towards the Ten of Cups. This is not the case. The Ten of Pentacles is a sense of stability, profitability, safety. It could even be, it could be financial success as well. But one of the things I like to look at between the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups is that this can look like you got it all on the outside, right? But it doesn't mean you have this. It doesn't mean you have there's any love there. It doesn't mean that you're doing something that you love. It's great. You know, physically speaking, it's awesome. This is that's the jelly, the icing inside of the cake that you find inside. It's like, oh, this is the whole reason I'm eating the cake. At least that's for me, it's the icing. This is the good stuff. This is the emotional happiness. This is the stuff that really can produce this. And then there's really no confusion. If this comes in before this, it's beautiful. If this comes in first, you can build this, but it's not always a guarantee. So there's a part of you here that's felt a little bit like maybe ashamed, or that part of me is not right. They don't like it. Nobody likes it. Don't think that. And I got to say, I think it's something, I don't know. I'm guessing. Maybe I shouldn't guess, but because I'm going to put clarifiers. But I don't know. I think it's something to do with you being straightforward, kind of open and out there. You know? Yeah, that's important. Because I'm just kind of thinking of the scenario that I was describing at first, you know, like, oh, I got to leave early, or you're able to do this for me, or yeah, I'll catch you the next time. And as long as you're doing that, as long as you're being fair here with someone, I don't know, coming from another fire sign, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But if I really couldn't, I'd be like, you know, I can't today. I got to go to the dentist. I got to do this. I would be honest with you, like, I can't do it. But if somebody is not being honest with you and they're they're compromising themselves maybe because your energy came out strong to them. They were compromising themselves and they didn't know how to stand up for themselves or advocate for themselves in a way that was healthy. And I'm just saying that because I feel like this has something to do with you being really forward and like upfront in life. And that somehow you've hit something and somebody has said something that's left you feeling completely confused. Like, wow, especially if, you know, you've gotten yourself kind of successfully forward in life being like that. And no. But yeah, I don't want to say that this is going to come quickly because you have the Knight of Pentacles here. So it comes in after the Three of Wands. You're going to manifest this as long as you are being you. Don't hold that back and don't change anything. Honestly, in terms of what I feel like got rejected, don't change anything in terms of that. And then you are on a path here and you will find a real happiness. And it could be happiness in a job situation, could be a better coworker, could be a better partner for you. Oh, and I'm not saying too quick to leave your partner. If this is something that suddenly happened, I don't understand why they said that. That's not what I'm saying. Because this looks like something that has already happened and you might even be without, I don't know. Could be even how to patch something up too. You shouldn't really change who you are. I'm really getting that. Okay, you see clearly now. You got the Five of Wands, the Death card, and the Knight of Cups. Oh, this is interesting. Instead of fighting, this is loving. So there could be an energy inside of you that you're learning how to utilize in a way that serves you, but is also doesn't I'm gonna be honest now. I kind of feel like maybe there was more of a fight here than anything. But this is, I mean, coming an end to that, an end to some sort of a fight, a disagreement, an argument. The end of that, and then this is not about fighting. This is about love, making love, finding love, being romantic. This could be you either seeing how something was going on in a relationship here. There could have been more fighting than loving. And that's up to you, right? Like, is this a relationship that you end? And then you find other types of relationships and you've learned from that. And these relationships are based more on love and romantic energy. Or do you approach an old relationship with a new energy? Like there's this drive and passion in you I'm picking up here. This drive and passion. But utilizing it in a different way. And I kind of feel like for some of you too, you might even be recognizing that you've been in relationships where it was more competitive than loving. And if this, well, I mean, I'm going to say work is going to be competitive. A lot of things are competitive in life. Competition can honestly sometimes drive us to find the better parts of ourselves. Now, romantic connections, that's not good. That's not good. And I'll tell you, just my own experience as a strong-willed Aries woman, it can be difficult as a fire sign because people want to compete with you all the time. You're like, I don't want to compete in this avenue of my life. And that could be something that you have found too. People just want to compete with you. Because you can have, every Sagittarius I know is pretty like, they're worldly, they're educated, and even if it's not like formal education, they've learned a lot and they have a drive and they don't let a lot hold them back. And you could even find that in romantic relationships, you're getting more of that than love. I don't know. But this is like, let's change this. Because I think a romantic relationship should be something that's a little more spiritual. Whereas competition to me is sort of like physical achievements now. When we're doing things with others, healthy competition. Okay, sometimes life stings. Area of your life you are disheartened about or feel the most blocked. Whoa, the Tower. Yeah, this is difficult, the Tower, because it has something to do with the Ten of Pentacles. What was his communication? The Page of Wands. The Six of Cups and the Chariot. What's going on here? Well, this came from somebody very close to you. We could still be talking about the past here. This could be something that happened in your past and it's lingering, right? It's lingering on you and you have to let it go. I honestly feel like it's affected your self-esteem in the one area that you shouldn't really hide yourself. This is the best part of you. Honestly, whatever this communication was, it leaves you feeling kind of stuck and not sure which way to go. What do I do? And with the Six of Cups, it just feels like, it came from somebody that would mean a lot to you. The Ten of Pentacles. The Death card and the Eight of Swords. What is this, guys? It honestly feels like you could suddenly find yourself locked out of your home or locked out of work. It's almost like even a restraining order. Because the Ten of Pentacles, that's over and no going back. Interesting. Like, what else? Yeah, you know, even like, you know, security coming, like, yep, pack up your desk, like showing up to work, and you thought everything was fine. And I don't even, like, it's weird, like there is, I'm like, I'm confused. I don't understand. I feel like I'm picking up your energy. Like, I don't understand. And no, pack up your desk. You got 20 minutes. Pack it all up. Somebody's watching you do it. And then they escort you out of the building. Can we have your pass card and everything? That good. Bye. What just happened? Like, because this is a tower. I mean, I would shake anybody's confidence. Like, what did I do? What did I do? And maybe, you know, maybe you sit back and you sit and you look back and you're like, oh shit. 2 weeks ago at the board meeting, like I kind of stood up and I told the boss that this was really not a good idea. And you were being honest, you know, like because you had everybody's higher good. Like the thing, like this almost feels like spontaneous, something you might have done spontaneously, but honestly, it's like coming from the purity of you. And now what? I don't understand. It's almost like the ramifications feel bigger than, I don't get it. The Seven of Cups. Now, like, confused. What are my options? I don't know. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow, this is really rocked. Like, I gotta say, I get nervous when I'm doing like general readings like this because this is something really big in somebody's life. And because it's not a private reading, it's not like, not all parts of it are going to resonate. Okay. So I have to, as a reader, I also have to, if I see something that needs to be said, I might put a disclaimer, like don't, and when I say needs to be said, it could be something difficult to look at here. But it may not apply to everybody, but take a hard look, take a hard second with it. Shit, guys, yeah, because the Five of Pentacles is the underline. Yeah, this honestly feels like you suddenly, it could be a place you've worked at for a long time too, with the Six of Cups. Find yourself out of a job. Find yourself perhaps even, somebody promised you maybe a raise. The 10th card in the Eight of Swords. Don't even go there. That just feels like don't even go there. If it's a home situation, and honestly, with the Death card and the Eight of Swords, like it feels like you show up, your shit's on the front lawn, and the locks have been changed. All right. Well, this is like, it just knocked your confidence because how this is shaping the course of your life is like, know your worth. It will. It actually will. If you thought you knew your worth before this happened, you're going to really know it on the other side. But there's a period here, and because of the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, I don't know what to do. Okay, so know your worth. Lovers and the Page of Pentacles. So the first thing I'm going to say is, well, that's interesting. Okay, that just like bumped out of my head. Okay, there could be something here with the Lovers. There could be something to do with a Gemini and kids. So I don't know why that is coming up. How does block shape the course of your life? Know your worth. You have some sort of worth here with kids. Now, can I get back to the other message? So the Lovers and the Page of Pentacles. This is the exploration of really exploring your choices. That's the whole reason you have the Seven of Cups, right? Like this is also like trying to figure out, why does stuff happen? Like, why does this happen? I don't understand. Everything was good. So, okay, now we have confusion. Now you're meant to explore your options with the Lovers, and the Page of Pentacles. You're starting with a very fresh perspective. You're learning. Put your learning cap on. This is grassroots energy, right? And we're talking about, you came from the 10 of Pentacles. So this is definitely, you could have You know, that Six of Cups, I honestly feel like, guys, you've either worked somewhere for a very long time and now you're like, who am I? Because this is gone. Or you were in a relationship for a very long time. And I want to say, like, even as children, like as a kid, children. Well, yeah, you know, maybe you met each other in school or something. So this is like, because what I want to say with that is, this could be somebody who married their childhood sweetheart. Everything fell apart. It makes absolutely no sense. And this could even be the first time you're kind of going out there to look at options. Like, I don't even know how to date. I've only ever dated that person, right? Like, I don't know how to find a job. I just nailed that job right out of college, or I got it. I've been working there since high school or something. Like, this just feels very big. I know right now, like just looking at from my own experience reading tarot, that there's going to be a Ten of Swords along the way here somewhere, because there's definitely got to be some sort of attachment to this energy, like how you see yourself. There has to be. I want to say it would almost be unhealthy not to have developed some sort of identity related to what this is. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been wholly invested in it. But then that's the trick, right? Now you got to find yourself. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. This block shape the course of your life. The Five of Wands. In some way you want to fight. I feel like you could be managing a lot of different, you could be getting a lot of bad advice. You could be getting a lot of bad advice, or you could be getting a lot of advice that's different, and you're trying to figure this out. Like, because over here we have the Five of Wands, the Death card, the Knight of Cups. I feel like it can make you angry. There's something here about, you know, when your confidence is challenged, you come out fighting. So that feels like a little bit of a reflex there. A protective reflex. Yeah. The Eight of Swords. That's connected to the Ten of Pentacles and the Death card. Like, the Seven of Wands. Either you feel like you need to protect yourself from something over there. Over there, I'm pointing to the area of your life you're disheartened about. Or somebody there feels like they need to protect themselves from you. Wow, this energy is hot and spicy, I tell you. So the Page of Swords. So you know you can't. Like, there's an obstacle here. It's the Eight of Swords, like you can't go there. And the Seven of Wands, we'll make sure of that. So the Page of Swords, what else could you do but swatch? Page of Swords. What are you watching for? What are you looking? The Nine of Swords, just getting in your head. You know why? I don't know what this is. If you're, it's weird. It has funny energy, Sagittarius. Like I said, I feel like you could be, you're going through something really difficult here. So I'm going to say, yeah, 100%. We do things when shit like this happens in our lives because you've lost your identity and you don't have a new one yet. And you're struggling to understand what happened there. And so, yeah, sometimes we do things because I want to say this Page of Swords reminds me of someone now. I'm picking up the energy. Either this is work or home. It's something big. It's one of the two. And you still drive to work every day. And you sit there and you're looking to see if there's someone new who's walking in there. someone that you don't recognize. That could be the person that took your job over, right? Like, it's weird. But then, but you don't know. You don't know. It could be a number of things. Like, you see somebody new walking in there. If this is a home situation, if this was a relationship, you're watching the house. Like, you're watching the house, and you are the comings and goings. Like, you can't go there, so you're watching. And because of that, you get in your head because you start creating scenarios. And I'll tell you right now, you can never know. You can never know. Life is so odd and unexpected. You could think something and it's not that. That's for sure. I always think, it reminds me of the Kennedy assassination. I can't remember the names now, and I'm probably maybe even going to mess up some of the details, but the intent is there. So the gentleman who stood with an umbrella on a hot sunny day, on the day that Kennedy was assassinated, and he was a key suspect in the FBI's investigation. Because who the hell stands there? Like, was it a signal? Was it a sign? Was he indicating, yes, the top is down, there's a clear shot on Kennedy? Like, they really thought that this guy was involved. And I think they couldn't find him for the longest time. I don't remember the whole story. But anyways, it had something to do with, back when Kennedy was a senator, I think, he passed some sort of bill that caused this guy's father to go out of business, or I don't remember what it was. And the umbrella was significant because it was connected to this. You know what I mean? Like, they watched this over and over again, all the footage, and they're like, this umbrella must mean something. Had nothing to do with the assassination, right? Really, I don't know. Anyways, don't even go there. But that's what the point is, that. Like, because when you're a Page of Swords and you're a Nine of Swords, you know you're just creating ideas in your head. I'm going to need a shot of vodka after this one. Okay, what can you activate in your life right now? Let it shine. Don't be this person. Shine, let yourself shine. The Hierophant and the Four of Wands. Well, hello. This is finding a higher calling in something here that is intensely beautiful. I don't want to say intense. Beautifully celebrated. This is finding your peace and your balance. And getting out and having a good time with that. I really want to say, I think meditation could be very good for you. You know, right? They're doing like a meditation here. I don't think the camera's a little bit closer. They're doing a meditation. Helping others too. Guiding others in this. The Ten of Cups. The King of Swords, the Queen of Cups. If this is a relationship, okay, if this is a relationship for you that's gone sour, I want to say, again, there's my disclaimer. If you know that you can be a bit fiery, and you could have perhaps been a bit competitive in a relationship, or somebody was with you, this is not competitive. This is being very straight and clear about how much you love, perhaps someone, how much you love someone. And this is turning fight into romance. Now, the next thing I want to say is, don't make this a cycle, right? Because the Death card is sitting here. Like, that's cyclical. The Death card is very cyclical. Do not make this a fight and make up. Like, that's not stable. And, you know, that could even been... The Queen of Cups is much more advanced than the Knight of Cups. Because you see clearly now, or that you're being asked to, is how to move away from your worries. Is to see that you were using two lower frequency energies to kind of, I guess, feed base desires here without building something, possibly. Because the Five of Wands is competition and it's fighting. a death, a rebirth with the Knight of Cups. Like, ah, makeup sex. It feels like that, right? Maybe even enjoying makeup sex so much that it's worth the fight. That's not stable. That's not... Because this is stable. The King of Swords and the Queen of Cups with the Ten of Cups. This is beautiful. This is building on truth, the truth of love, and sharing that, not competing for it, and it always kind of being there. There's something here about highs and lows. Three of Wands. Ah, right? Because then you're moving this into the Knight of Pentacles. The High Priestess. There's very much about finding a deeper meaning in yourself and how you work through relationships here. There's honestly the excitement of the chase, the conflict in that, the romance with it. Some of you could possibly be a personality type that likes to get involved with people who are already in committed relationships. You like the, or have liked the intensity of it. Some of you may have had a partner that did that. There's a very curious energy here. This is intense. And the intensity is causing... Well, I've already described it. Go back there. So the Knight of Pentacles is the next card though, right? So this is so beautiful, especially with the clarifiers that we're getting, because this is honest and open. It could not be much more clear with the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And what does that build? It builds harmony and beauty. It builds everyday romance that perpetuates itself forward day after day after day. And there's always deeper and more beautiful things to find in one another that is not based on competition or fighting. And then the Three of Wands, look at, right? That this is stable. This is long term with the Knight of Pentacles. And I want to say too, the Three of Wands with the High Priestess, you're building this with the universe. You're not, instead of building this on your lower desires and needs, you're building this with the universe. Together. There is a together here because you have the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. Ten of Cups. This is nice. So, Knight of Pentacles. Justice and the Emperor. Do you know what this is? I'll tell you what this is, Sagittarius. This is you changing in relationship in a big way. In a very big way. This is going from someone who had a castle and maybe it all came crumbling down because the right energy wasn't being brought in here somehow, or it wasn't being shared together with someone else in the right way. When I say right way, correct way, it's the way of your higher good, but we're all working towards that through conflict and inner growth. So we have to hit these points. This is incredibly stable energy. This takes you towards incredibly stable energy. You feel like the king or queen of your own castle here. And this is, I don't know how else to say how long-term and stable that is. Now, you see clearly now how to move away from your worries. I think, right, that this is not what to do. I don't think that is, after everything that I've pulled out here, this is what not to do, and seeing that clearly. You see clearly now. Too, and this is air energy. It reminds me of like the King or Queen of Swords. You see clearly now. Oh, the Seven of Swords and the Magician. see that you were manifesting something here in the past. And I don't even know that you were consciously aware of your intentions. You might have been, I honestly feel like riding some kind of a wave with this. Fight, breakup, rebirth, makeup, sex. That's what that looks like. The Five of Wands. The Four of Swords. And the Six of Swords. That's so beautiful. You healed that and you're moving away from it. I love this reading. It was hard and intense, but boy, you know, it's amazing what you can create with that, isn't it? Okay, the Death card. I don't know what else. I feel like you got all your lessons learned. This is so great. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. There's that stability towards just a new day in emotions here. Just to feel good. You don't need this drive, this romantic. Not that this isn't healthy in something that's already healthy, but if it's being introduced, no, actually, I feel like it's almost like there's an addictive quality to this, I feel like an addictive quality to the highs and lows, to the intensity of fight, to the intensity of makeup. The Knight of Cups. The Three of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Four of Cups. Okay, interesting. One of the things that I wanted to say is this feels like, you know, something that you would have learned. And what fell out of my hands? Oh my gosh, the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So it's to learn something else here. It's to have a very different approach, right? That comes from a very deep, stable, emotional place. But what I wanted to say here too, because there's something here about kids with the Page of Pentacles. You'll teach your kids to have relationships in the same way here. And this is kind of like what you would see. I think, you know, readers, we describe it as, I kind of want to say ancestral wounds. Because that's a real, I mean, that's what an ancestral wound is. Sometimes it might be something that is just energetically placed in a spirit body from some sort of repeat patterns that have happened over and over again in an ancestral line. But I think a lot of times it's because of things that we witness as kids, and it just keeps paying forward, right? You always, it's sad, but often like the child that saw, whether it's a boy or a girl, the child that saw their mom being abused, or even their dad being like verbally abused. It's a little harder to physically abuse a woman, to physically abuse a man. It can be done. It does happen. But, you know, the child seeing one of the parents being abusive, or in this, and becoming abusers, or becoming abused themselves as they grow up, or in this case, not having stable relationships, because this is riding the wave and this becomes familiar even though it's not healthy. So, because what I'm getting here is, with this Four of Cups coming in at the end, this is trying to alchemize like how you build things with people. The Three of Pentacles, Temperance. And then the Four of Cups is honestly like, you're learning from things that haven't worked out. That's what this is coming in. Like you're focused on what you think you know, as opposed to what the universe wants to help guide you in. So the underline, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups. There's a new beginning here for you. If this is work, there is. And yes, you are going to have to come into it with a whole new plan. You can't go into it however you built something before, because it wasn't stable. So it came crashing down. And with the Tower, yeah, if you're not going to do it, the universe is. And the King of Cups, this is coming from a very deep and mature emotional standpoint. And that's what you're going to build on here. Oh, I'm going to go do the extended Sagittarius. Wow, that was something. I really like the progression too that I'm seeing in here. It's quite beautiful. So we're going to look at, in the extended, the cycle that you were leaving, the cycle that you were entering, what your focus will be in the void space between those two cycles, and advice for you. So until next time, Sagittarius, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.